Recorded live.
Hello, everyone. This is the messenger of WinRAR himself, Scott Bren. And today I'm here. This is a relatively short episode, so please excuse me for that. But as you can see, we are in the beginning elements of our struggle. And, we have some very dedicated people. Unfortunately, they will not be here for their own causes. They're busy. So I'm just here to make a little introductory episode that anyone can listen to anytime they want. And yes, I know my voice is a little bit off, and it's going to be this way for a little bit because I just had problems. I was attacked, and on the internet, and this person on Tumblr said a mean word, so my voice was a little off today. So, anyways, alright, I was just kidding about the Tumblr thing and all that. Screw that place. The reason why my voice is off is because, obviously another discussion with some phony right-wing people, and they ended up, the right wing just sat there yelling at me. The left wing is trying to punch me, and for some weird reason, he punched me in the throat, man. It really wasn't good. So now my voice is off, and it will be off for a little while. And we'll get better soon, though, so I'm sorry about my voice, and it's going to be hard to listen. But anyways, let's just clear up some questions before we get on to today's topic. Why are we located, or why does it say I'm located in Iran, even though the 3PRP is supposed to be an American organization? Well, the reason why, the 3PRP isn't technically a political group. It's more of an activist group that is active, spreading around a political message. So we aren't here to legitimately get in quote-unquote political power. We are basically here to spread around the message in America. Our real base of operations, as in where we are actually doing things, is in Iran. And although we aren't doing anything yet, that's where we will start. I'll explain this a little later. Another question. Why do we quote-unquote worship something so hilariously stupid and small? Well, here's the answer to that question. WinRAR is a metaphor. It's not an actual thing that we worship. It's a metaphor for everything. We use this metaphor to preach our ideas and our beliefs. And using this metaphor, it creates a base for our ideals. Well, in essence, and I'm going to say that word a lot because I didn't script this, WinRAR is basically just a way that we base our beliefs off of in a kind of a manner that will make sense. And we look up to WinRAR, not worship him, as the way forward. So anyways, that's what our movement is about, technically. If you just size it down so little into a little less than a sentence explanation, our movement is about moving forward, as any movement should be, besides those phony right-wingers, which I'll get to in a second. Oh man, I have a lot to talk about in a rather short episode, so I'll make it a little quicker, and then I'll sum up some things I say in the next episode, which will be pretty soon, actually. I may actually move it forward a little bit so I can have some more time to think about what I'm going to say and write a little script for it so it's better and more organized. So I'm going to get right into it and start out with our main topic, and that is the free market. You hear these right-wing and left-wing goons going around beating each other over the head with baseball bats, and, the club scene, the caveman movies, saying, well, should the free market be this free, or should it be free as this? And then the left-wing's like, well, what about this quote-unquote free market? what if it triggers me? And then, this is actually the conversation that getting me punched in the throat from all these phony left-wingers. I was like, well, maybe if we just put a little more thought into this wouldn't be such a problem. We can come up with it. And then right when I was about to explain what I was going to say, I left my like, shout out to you, racist, and then punched me in the throat. And then I had to go to the hospital because it hurt, and it damaged my throat a little bit. So that's why my voice is a little off, again, as I explained. So I'm just going to sit here and describe this, and maybe this phony left-winger thug will listen to this. I doubt he will, because it'll probably trigger him. What I was going to say, maybe we should think a little more about why we are divided so far apart. Maybe we should think about what we can do to make this gap a little bit less worse than it is. And this essence, and again, I told you I was going to say essence a lot because I didn't script this. My bad. Maybe we should just, and it's going to sound crazy, but it makes sense if you think about it. How do we just ban it in the first place? Just ban the free market. Just off with the free market. You hear, again, these left-wing and right-wing phonies going around yelling at each other. The right-wing's like, well, let me just sit here with my little smug Muslim lady on Reddit and just, well, maybe the free market should be this percent free. Yeah, how about 69% free? Maybe that's free off. Left-wing gets sexist. That's sexist. You're racist. And then, the right wing is like, well, great. And then, he sits there and he goes to FoxNews.com to look up for some sort of source from the FBI, famous but incompetent. And then he brings that, and for some reason the free market has something to do with the FBI. I don't know, ask the right winger to want this up. And then it just goes all night long, and he starts retweeting those posts of the guy, the left-winger, from Reddit, and then it spreads all over like some sort of fatally bull outbreak. 2014 nostalgia, wink, wink. And then he's like, well, now you're screwed. And then out of nowhere, these little left-wing maggots go and just swarm this right-winger, and then he's toast. So basically, it turns out it just ends in kind of a cowardly block, or it just dies off after they meet at some sort of little fake status quo thing. So anyways. So the free market, it brings up a reason why democracy doesn't work. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about that later in the next episode, which democracy, this is what I'm mostly going to be talking about. But it explains, this basically shows RARism believes in unification. And unification has to be reached eventually by any means. So, not like, doing anything violent, but I'm just saying, we have to sacrifice to move forward. And we're going to have to sacrifice sometimes. And, I have no problem sacrificing this. It's just stupid. But maybe once we decide to ban the free market, it will be, the left and right wingers will be like, or at least conversation on the free market. The left and right wingers, in quotation marks, will be like, well, I want my discussions about the free market back. And then the left winger will be like, well, that's probably racist, but oh well, let's do it for the good of feminism. So there's these two factions, quote-unquote factions, unite under one flag, one banner, one symbol of unification. And they're like, well, let's get our arguments back. And then that's how you unify the people. That's it. That's how you unify the people. So let's make a little summary of what I went over so far. I'm planning to leave a little for around 10 minutes to get coffee. Oh man, coffee. But it tastes good in Iran. But anyways, we talked about simple free market, what my opinion, with the rarest opinion on it. And then we talked about unification, the simple way to unify the people. Get them, maybe make things a little worse, but then they'll unify, and then they'll fight towards a simple cause. And once you unify these people, they figure out the way to move forward. You awaken them. So, how about we just go on to a little statement that was made in a literature leaflet. And I'm going to say, get involved, people. Come on. Just print out that leaflet. We're making more right now using our favorite application, Microsoft Paint. And we're producing these things. It's going to take around another week for us to finish. We're making a batch of 3 instead of just a single one. But go on MGURT, go in that link that we provided on Twitter and in our theme community group, and go and just print it out and, throw it in your cousin's birthday present, or put it under a jar of pickles at the grocery store, or, put it inside your car and like your bumper sticker, turn it into a bumper sticker or something. That would be cool. And then, there's simple ways to get involved, and these people are like, well, maybe that won't work. And I'll be like, well, it will never work if you don't try it. So, man, hard living these days, especially when it's 150 degrees out. Anyways, so how about we talk about the essence of freedom? Because that's why bringing some of the people to ask, well, are you pro-freedom? Well, you could take away my freedoms. Well, I just say, hang on a second, I need to go get coffee. That's better. Sorry about that. I had to leave for a couple of minutes. So anyways, I'm not going to make this whole thing drawn out much further than it has to be, because I'm honestly just going to waste your time. I'm going to waste my own. But, just think about it. Freedom will never be reached once you take away, because opposite is the opposite of positive. Or wait, no. Negative is the opposite of positive. I'm sorry. But just so I have a little life lesson here. We can't reach true freedom once we take away the so-called freedom. because that gives you the freedom of soul. And that's what we aim for. That's another one of our goals as an organization. So, maybe take this with a grain of salt, or take it with a couple grains of salt. But just remember, remember why we are here, and think about it. Are you going to keep going to your Antifa meetings and stabbing right-wingers? And are you right-wingers going to keep going to your rallies and get stabbed by left-wingers? Oh, yeah, I forget why I probably should tell you guys. I bet everyone's heard of this, but, the TWP, they got stabbed up by some left-wingers at a little rally they held in the Capitol. Big embarrassment for them. And a little bit of an embarrassment for left-wingers who don't want to look like violent freaks. But, it's so easy to spot out how fake these people are. They say they want to do something. The left-wingers are like, well, we want to fight for peace and harmony. And then they go and stab someone who doesn't agree with them. The right-wingers are like, well, we're going to take action right now. And then they just don't. These people are so fake, it's not funny. It's seriously not funny anymore. I thought it was funny. And drink some coffee. But seriously, just think about it. And tell me that I'm not right. Because I am right. It's just not the same. It was and it was kind of always this way, but it wasn't as bad. And that's why we're in Iran, because at least there, most of the people are united. And we can show them what united truly is. It will be much easier than coming to America, risking being yelled at by right-wingers and stabbed by left-wingers, and going in there and suggesting, hey, well, how about, and then stab. So anyways, thank you for tuning in for this episode. And I'm probably just going to do a little summary of what we talked about, just in case for the people who have half a brain. Cough, cough, left-winger, cough, cough. And at least, if you don't agree with me, at least you'll have fun stabbing the air because you are printing out some sort of paper poster of WinRAR or something and trying to stab that because you can't stab me. Anyways. We talked about the free market. We talked about the essence of democracy in a little bit. We just slightly tapped that. I'll talk more about that next episode. Talked about a little bit about fact, and that's pretty much it. So have a good night.